All right, everybody, Fred Lam here, and welcome to our first episode of our Daily Huddle. Now, for those of you that have not actually heard about our Daily Huddle, what our Daily Huddle simply is that every single day, I'm going to be answering 5 questions, okay? You can ask me about anything, how to build, grow, or scale your business, or even talk about the mindset of all those other things. So anything that I can actually help you answer and to help you grow your business, this is what our Daily Huddle is all about. And we're gonna air this Daily Huddle every single weekday, Monday to Friday at random times, and I'm gonna be answering 5 questions. Now, if you're on Facebook, right at the top there's a post that tells you where you can actually ask your questions, or if you're on YouTube, right at the description right below, you can actually click a link and ask me your questions, and I'll answer them every single day. Now, today is our official first episode that we are broadcasting right now, and I actually have all the questions right in my phone. I'm going to be answering 5 of them. Then right after me answering every single questions, what's going to happen is that I'm going to actually announce our first winner for our Kickstart 500 grant. So for those of you who are live with us right now, put in the word excited on Facebook or simply on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, to tell me if you guys are absolutely excited about all these right now. Well, I'm getting a lot of people coming in, and I apologize if there are any delays. I'm getting Ryan from YouTube, Maple, I'm getting, I can't even pronounce some of the names, Daniel, Alio, Jonas, Marlene, Jeff. I got Wilson on Facebook saying, "What's up, Fred? Thank you for all these huge value stuff. I am super excited to be here." Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Every single week, every single day, I should say, I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna answer 5 questions. That's all I'm gonna do. Now, here's one thing though. There's no campaign reviews, no nothing. It's gotta be basically simple, quick questions that I can answer, which can help you get unstuck on your business. So let's kickstart today's episode with our very, very first question by Toluplo Dahansi. So, you know what? As you all know, I'm very bad with names. So it's Tulutlupi Dahunsi. Alright, so I apologize if I pronounce your name incorrectly. So your question is, what's the best channel to promote Shopify store? Great question. So when it comes to promoting Shopify store, which is obviously an e-commerce store, there are many, many ways for you to actually promote your stores. There are things like Facebook ads, Instagram influencer, Google Shopping. There's even pay-per-click on the search engine. There's also SEO. Now, out of all those, okay, it really depends on where you are at. Now, based on your question, to me, it seems like you are brand new and you just want to basically figure out what channel for you to actually start running traffic to your store. And I would have to say, if you were to ask me this question around 5 years ago, I would say it is AdWords. No doubt about it. It's got to be AdWords. But now, thanks to the evolving marketplace of Facebook, I have to say, for anyone that really wanted to get started on running traffic to your Shopify store, the best place for you to start is simply Facebook ads. Now, why am I saying this? Well, it's really because of the following. Number one, Facebook has some superbly specific targeting that Google don't even have. Now, I'm not bashing Google or anything right now. I'm just sharing with you that from an online entrepreneur, from my standpoint, and especially if you're just starting out, Facebook ads is the easiest. So let's say that you're going to be selling a yoga bracelet, okay, or something along the lines of that, and I just realized that I gotta re-click on this right now. All right, I'm back. All right, so let's say that when you're trying to sell a yoga bracelet, okay? Now, obviously on Google, the only place that you can go after is simply anyone that is going to be searching for a yoga bracelet. Now, the search volume may not be that great. However, if you actually start with Facebook ads, you can specifically target your ad selling your yoga to people that are what? Most likely they're interested in why yoga, they're interested in yoga in general, and even expressing interest in bracelets. Now, Facebook can give you that ability to target those people. Other platforms, Not really. So when it comes to the best channel, I would say is Facebook. And according to a recent study that's done by Shopify, 85% of social media sales for e-commerce actually comes from Facebook. So if you really wanted to actually say, Fred, I want to focus on one specific sales channel for my Shopify store, I would say by far it's got to be Facebook. And just with Facebook alone, you can easily scale your business into the multi-million-dollar figures just with Facebook, nothing else. Now, obviously, if you were just to actually put all your eggs in one basket, that's a little bit scary, right? What happens if your Facebook ad account got suspended? What if your ad creative got fatigued or it doesn't work anymore? Then you got to basically make sure that when you start to focus on one channel, let's say Facebook right now, which I highly recommend, you start to basically, let's say, make a $500 or $1,000 a day, then it's time for you to diversify your portfolio and basically go after Google, go after Bing, and go after other traffic sources or sales channel so that you are not just depending on just one single source. You want to depend on your business on multiple sources of traffic. So again, the answer in short, I would say it is Facebook, all right? So I hope that helped you out. Let me see what the next question is. Tracy Robinson. So Tracy Robinson asks, I'm considering a service-based business with an e-commerce division. Which should I start first? All right. So when it comes to service-based business, now that's all you asked me, and I'm just assuming things right now, okay? So when it comes to service-based, there are two types of service-based businesses. Number one is that you are serving the local market. Let's say that you are a plumber, you are a carpenter, you are a, you have a cleaning service or something that's local, or you may be a locksmith. Then that is still a service-based business, right? Now, on the other hand, service-based business can also be things that's done digitally. So things like web design, graphic, 2D animation, 3D animation, so things that can be delivered through a digital format. So I'm not sure which service-based company or business you're trying to accomplish. So let me make an assumption right now that your business is, let's say, geared towards local business. So when you're gearing your business towards a local business, having an e-commerce element, it's not going to make a huge play in your business. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you're going to be restricted into a very small group of community or people within that area. Now, can that business be generating 6 to 7 figures a year? Absolutely. Obviously, if you were able to actually have a big market share, a lion's share of the market share, absolutely, that is fine. Now, one thing that I can suggest you is that if you are really running a service-based business that's local, let's say that you are a locksmith or something, okay? Then at that point, you can have the e-commerce divisions on selling keychains, on basically, keychain holders, or anything in regards to that realm of things that obviously if you have a customer in the local area that actually calls you for a service, which is in this case using your locksmith service, then you can sell them other things on your store. Now, that is possible, okay? However, again, like I said earlier, you're going to be restricted to the local community and you are not able to go actually the global market. When you go with the e-commerce, let's say you're still a locksmith who's passionate about keychains, okay? I'm not sure if there's any locksmiths that's really passionate about keychains. It's just something that came on top of my head right now. So let's say that you're a locksmith, you want to actually build an e-commerce store that's all revolving around keychains or something in regards or related to keys. Then you can just start an e-commerce store which will allow you to have access to the global market. But again, like I said earlier, it depends on what your service-based company is going to be all about. Do you want it to be solely about e-commerce, or do you want to actually drive more sales for your service-based company? Now, here's the problem that I see a lot of people take, that you, Tracy, may have that problem too, which is you want to actually start in those two right at the same time. People just spread themselves thin, especially when you're starting. You get all excited. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do that. And now let me be very vulnerable. I am that person too. Every time I have an idea, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that, but I completely spread myself thin. What you want to do is focus on one thing at a time. So the first question to ask you is, are you really want to just build a local business that is selling a service that you have? and really expand from that? Or do you want to, you know what, I just want to sell products and go directly to the e-commerce space where you now have access, not just in the local area, but the entire nation or the entire world? Now, if that is you, then I would say, okay, I'm going to go with e-commerce and I'm going to focus on that first. Now, if you say you want to go after service, then you want to go after the service-based business side first. So again, there's two takes to that, and I hope that really help you kind of get the understanding or basically stay true to yourself on what you want to go after. So the third question is by Jose Zaravia. Okay, really bad with names, my apology. But I know for a fact that that is Jose, Jose, it's always Jose. So he asks, if you have to start from scratch, oh, this is a really good question. If you have to start from scratch, how would you create a list that really can generate profits for you? I've been able to collect many leads, but I'm not able to make them to buy from my offers, so this is something I want to learn. Collecting, warming, and selling. I can answer this question in one word. Content. Okay? You actually want to provide as much content as possible to your following, regardless if that follower is actually subscribing on your YouTube channel, into your Facebook page, or into your autoresponder. One of the most important things right now is that, let's face it, there's more and more people that's coming into the digital online space right now that's trying to create a following, that's trying to create an email list, and basically sell them offers, maybe your products or an affiliate product, so they can actually make money. So with that being said, in order for you to actually shine out and basically have people really follow and listen to what you say, you have to provide content. There's no way around it. Consumers are actually getting more and more smart every single day. It's not like back in 1990 or 1999 where internet was all new. Anyone that created a business can make a lot of money right out of the gate because there's no competition. Right now, there's a lot of competition. Despite the fact that we have billions of people around the world, there's still competition, right? Let's say Facebook ads. I can name on top of my head 10 gurus in the Facebook ad community, or basically people that teach about Facebook ad, that have a following about Facebook ad. Now, each of them will have their own expertise, each of them will have their own content and their own following. So, obviously, out of those 10, there's going to be consumers that follow, they're different consumers or followers that follow these 10. So with that, in order for you to shine out, you got to basically provide some very awesome content and create the trust between you and your followers. That's the most important thing. And in order for you to actually gain that trust, you need content. And that's very, very, very important. So going back to your first question, because there's two parts to your question. Number one was, if I were to start again, what would I do? So right now we are in 2017. What is the most watched, I can say, I'm not saying a TV show, but where a lot of people are spending a lot of time on nowadays? On YouTube, watching videos. So if I were to actually restart from scratch, and let's say that, knock on wood, anything happens, that I've got to rebuild my business from scratch, here's what I would do. I would just be shooting videos every day, content videos, kind of like this right now, and post it on YouTube. And I would actually look at what people are primarily searching for on YouTube with a lot of views that are within your niche. Because you are the content expert. You are the person that just get on camera and basically just give your content and give your knowledge away. And then under the description, simply just have what we call an opt-in opt-in link so that they can opt in into your email address. And through time, okay, and this is just what like Gary Vaynerchuk always says, like jab, jab, right hook, right? You want to keep giving content to these people and then ask them for a sale right away. It's kind of like going on a date. You can't go into fourth base on day one, right? You got to work on first base, second base, third base, then home run. So it's kind of like dating. That's how I look at it. When I look at my followings, I look at it like I'm dating them right now. I need to slowly educate them, slowly give them more value, and move them up. And we call this the customer journey. We slowly move them up, and that's where at the end you ask for the sale right away. Now it is requiring more time and more patience, and this is where a lot of people fail. A lot of people just don't have the patience. They simply just say, you know what? I think that when I actually start building an opt-in page, I create a random free report and I send it out, and I get people following me, they're going to buy from me. That's not the truth. You need to actually work on your followers. You gotta basically give them value, give them content, make them listen to you, and from there, you can actually ask them to buy this or buy that based on your recommendation. So let's take me for an example right now. If I were to actually sell you a product right now, I would say a lot of you guys would actually take action right away. And the reason why you would take action is because you look up to me. We built the trust. I gave you so much content, so much value. It seems like you are quote unquote obligated to actually buy something that I recommend so that I can actually make money too. So it's kind of like the same thing. And I always call this like relationship building. You're building the relationship with your list. So what I would do is simply give out a lot of content, capture a following, email them more content, and then basically sell them products that I personally will use, and basically products that makes it life-changing for myself. You don't want to randomly sell products. Consumers are really smart nowadays that they know that if the product is going to be a hypey product that doesn't work, or if it's a product that genuinely can help you actually either build a business, make more money, I don't know, be better at golfing, be better at yoga, or all those other stuff. So it's really depending on that. So don't go for the sale right away. You gotta nurture your following. You gotta give them content. You gotta give them value. That's where the trust comes in, and that's where when you start asking them for a payment, it's gonna be a lot easier and going from there. All right. So how many of you guys are enjoying this right now? Put a 1 in the comment box or question box if you guys are enjoying this right now. And I just got Burbanation said this is really very practical. Again, this is what it's all about. I'm not just gonna give you short answers. I'm gonna give you like in-depth answers that can provide you guys as a content, because let's be honest, right? There may be a lot of people that are in the same mindset, or in the same having the same question in their mind that they're stuck on. Okay, so I'm getting loads of people giving me 1 right now. Awesome. All right, so the next question is by Gamian Gibson. I hope I pronounced your name right. Gamian Gibson. Okay, so your question is, how did you motivate yourself to take action when you were just getting started in e-commerce? Excellent question. It's all about the mindset. So what motivates me? You know, there's actually a habit of mine that keep motivating me. I actually put in a reward system for myself. So, and it's actually pretty funny that I talk about the reward system. So I recently rewarded myself with a Porsche. So you guys may have seen my ad of me driving a Porsche, and it's actually very funny because when I actually have that ad out, everyone thought that I rented a Porsche and just created a video for that Porsche, but the truth is I do own a Porsche, okay? So I reward myself. So every time I basically achieve a milestone, I would say I'm going to reward myself personally, okay? Not my family, not nothing. Let's be honest. You got to basically reward yourself and feel like, you know what, if I can actually accomplish this, I can simply get that thing that I wanted. So one of the things that I actually, a year ago, I simply said to myself and set this milestone. I said, I want to actually have one of my company to be an honoree of the Inc. 5000. I said it flat out to myself, and I said the reward for that is going to get myself a Porsche. If I were to actually accomplish that, I'm going to reward myself on getting a Porsche. And long and behold, a year later, bam, got my Porsche, got into Inc. 5000 honoree at the same time, and I rewarded myself. And it's actually very important. And this is something that I overlooked through the years of actually building my career, which is taking care of yourself and rewarding yourself. And now I'm not talking about seeing the reward in dollar figures. It's got to be something tangible that you can actually get yourself, or you basically make it a deal with, I don't know, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, or someone to basically say, you know what, we're going to do this together, and this is the reward that I'm going to get, okay, if I accomplish this. So each time you're thinking, I really want that, I really want to get that one thing, you will absolutely do anything to actually get that one thing. Now, there are going to be failure points, which will demotivate you. But at the end of the day, if you say like, you know what, this is my stepping stone. This is a process that I know that I'm going over. And by the time that I hit the angle, which is your milestone, then guess what? You simply reward yourself. So that's what it is. And that's what I do personally, is basically rewarding myself. Like this watch over here. I still remember I bought this watch. It's an AP, okay? This is a $30,000 watch, and I reward myself a $30,000 watch when I actually hit X amount of sales for one of my business. So that's what I did. So all these small stuff, all these small things, rewarding yourself will help you keep motivating and keep pushing forward, okay? But one of the most important thing that I would have to say is your vision, okay? Rewards is one thing. Your vision is very important. What is the reason why you created this business? Right? You got to ask yourself that question. What is that one thing? So when it comes to e-commerce, what my real purpose of really that business, it evolved afterward, but in the initial, when I first get started, my ultimate vision and goal is to actually provide my family with money that they need, and to actually spread out or basically inspire people around me, like my friends, to get them started. So I actually hired a lot of my friends right out of the gate when I actually first started my business. I want to take care of them. So it's a taking care mentality that started my whole venture. And I go like, you know what? If I can accomplish these people or my family will have such a better life. They don't have to work as hard and all this other stuff. That was the one big vision. And having that big vision in mind will help you greatly. But as you grow, your vision will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Just like at iPro, right now, for me, my personal brand and iPro, what I wanted to do is to inspire at least 100,000 people to become an entrepreneur and start generating sales online. And that's what I wanted to do. And that vision will help me push forward. It will keep motivating me every single time. Okay? Now, here's one thing that I learned though, talking about rewards and everything. It's being detached to the end result. This is some personal mindset stuff. So when you're too attached to the goal, okay, it will actually demotivate you, because you'll be like, oh, you know what, it's working so hard, I can't go there, I can't do that. But at the end of the way, there's something called the 7 laws of spiritual success, and obviously I'm not really that big of a spiritual guy, but it is something that my mentor keeps telling me about, and being detached to the end result is actually a very amazing thing. Now, what I mean by detached is, don't think the process of, okay, what I'm going to do next, or step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, what I have to do to actually go to get whatever I want, like a reward or hitting a milestone. Don't be too attached to that process. What you have to do is you got to believe in your mind that you're going to achieve that. How you're going to do it, the universe will tell you. And as much as me not being a spiritual guy, I'm just being open and upfront about it and going from there. All right, so let's see. Last question is by Hugo Bomavizer. I don't know how to pronounce this properly. Hugo Bomavizer. Okay, your question is, I want to know what is the best strategy to get traffic without a budget. All right, so again, let me repeat that question if you guys missed it. I want to know what is the best strategy to get traffic without a budget. Great question. Instagram. I would have to say the engagement level on Instagram, on social, across all social media sites right now, the engagement on Instagram is just skyrocketing. And you'll be surprised I was actually doing some research on Instagram earlier and looking at some influencer marketing as well. And you know what? You will see that a pug, an Instagram page dedicated to pugs, have more following than a human. That's how crazy it is. And when you look at that pugs page, you'll see that they actually have a store selling you products at the same time. So I would have to say getting traffic right now, if you want to basically say, you know what, I want to get traffic right now, get results right away, and I don't have a budget, I would say it is Instagram. It is just, the engagement level is just skyrocketing, and it's just absolutely crazy. And for those of you that are basically advertising on Facebook, here's one thing that I can share with you, is that you should look into running ads on Instagram. the CPM is so far less than anything else, but obviously that does require a little bit of a budget. But if you're talking about, again, going back into the no budget, post every day, find a niche that has a lot of following. It can be a specific pet or a specific breed. It can be just yoga. It can be a big interest, and you want to post every day, multiple times a day. Be persistent about it. Get your following. And then in your bio box, simply have your store, and from time to time, post about the products you have in your store. It does require a lot of time and effort, okay? Because you are not investing money to get traffic. You're literally going to be investing your time to get traffic at the same time. But once you actually got a following, it can carry a lot of weight towards your business, all right? So that is all 5 questions, okay? If you have a question that you want me to answer in detail, there's a link above this post on Facebook, and right on YouTube, right below, there is a, under the description, there is a link. Make sure you click on it and simply click on it, ask your question, and every day I'm going to be answering 5 questions, and we're going to actually document every single answer and every single question, and eventually put it all together into a search engine on my website at fretlam.com, where you guys can actually just search for a question and it may be answered in the past as well. And today is our first ever episode, our first ever section when it comes to our daily huddle. And again, I'm going to do it every single weekday. So put in a me in the question box if you guys are excited about this, if you guys learning a lot, you guys absolutely love this. I'm getting a lot of people. I'm getting a lot of what you call the like symbols popping by on my YouTube. I absolutely love that. All right, so I just take a sip of coffee. So now let's get ready to the most fun part. Today is Monday. I know a lot of you guys hate Monday, but I want you to start loving Mondays, because every single Monday I'm going to announce a winner to our Kickstart 500. So for those of you that don't know what our Kickstart 500 is, I'm going to basically briefly mention about it. Every single week, I'm going to be basically investing into one serious individual with $500 to actually kickstart their business. We call this the Kickstart 500 grant. Now, through that process, you actually have to submit your story and tell us how you're going to actually spend that 500. When we select you, we will email you, okay? You will get an email from my team to actually give you their PayPal address and everything. And I just realized that I am running out of battery on my screen right now. So I hope that you guys can still listen or hear me. So if you are on YouTube or Facebook right now, you can see change the battery pack. My apology that the battery is running out right now. Put in a me if you guys can hear me right now. So I'll just do this through audio. You can't change the battery pack. Yep, I should have changed the battery pack. That's a noob mistake. Okay, even I make newbie mistakes. Okay, I'm getting a lot of people saying me right now. So anyways, with that, if you want to actually apply for a $500 Kickstart grant, all you got to do is simply go to www.fretlam.com/500, and you will automatically be entitled on getting that at the same time. And you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Let me do this. All right, I'm back. All right, I am back. I hope you guys can see me. I am back. All right, so very messy desk, as you can see. I'm actually streaming this from my webcam right now. So here's the winner for this week's Kickstart 500 grant, okay? The person name is James Beavis. James Beavis. So the first question that I always ask, and I want to share the story of why I chose James, okay? James said the type of business that he's trying to go after is basically e-commerce. And here is his story. So he said, "Hi, from the UK. After deciding not to go to university, I thought I would put 100% of my efforts into a retail position. I spent 6 years and with one company and was doing well. I was promoted multiple times and was head of other people my age. However, as you know, you are still a cog in the machine. I've always wanted to start my business from very young. I've seen my dad work incredibly hard to provide for our family with regular 12 plus hours days. He has always said that he hugely regrets never starting his own business. I've recognized that, and I am following his footsteps, spending loads of time in the corporate ladder. After randomly coming across one of your videos with Dan Silva, I was instantly hooked. I knew I had to get involved in the e-commerce business. I've got 2 Shopify stores currently up and running, although both have been relatively slow. The store that I am most passionate about is Gym Apparel Store. After seeing the success that Gymshark has had from initially drop shipping to now is incredible. The gym itself is a passion for me, and being able to work in a sector that I love is an absolute dream. Where do I see this business going? With my dedication and with your expert direction, I am more than confident that the business can not only achieve what Gymshark has achieved, but surpass it hugely. So it is actually a very inspiring story. So obviously James have been seeing his dad going through the corporate ladder, working hours and hours and hours a day, and now he sees that he's seeing his footstep and he wanted to change. So with that, I see his determination of really thinking big, right? Like I said earlier, the vision is very important. He is thinking big on wanting to be bigger than other businesses that is around, which is #1 competition right now. So that's why at the end I chose James Beavis. So James, watch out for an email from my team. We're gonna basically saying you $500 to kickstart your business, and I'm gonna give you a checklist on the things that you actually have to get accomplished. And if you accomplish in 30 days, I will give you a call and we're going to get on a 1-hour one-on-one consultation, and I'm going to basically share with you, help you, and to show you how you can actually continue to build, grow, and scale your business. So if you guys wanted to make sure, okay, that you are going to qualify for my Kickstart 500, make sure you go to fretlam.com/500. And one of the most important thing is do not have a 1-sentence answer. I got a lot of applicants that just gave me a 1-word answer or simply just like a sentence. Okay, that's not enough. If you're serious about your business, you will know exactly what you want to do with the $500. Tell me your story so I know more about you, learn more about you, and that's how I'm going to basically choose who the winner is going to be for my Kickstart 500 grant. So that's it for today. Again, if you have any questions, simply click the link above or below this video. There's a link. Click on that, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in our daily huddle, and I'm going to do this every single weekday, and I hope that me answering your guys' questions will inspire you and help you get unstuck. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.